So here he is on San Diego Sports Leader XX 1090, Tony Gwynn. Tony, Darren Smith, thank you very much for a couple of minutes of your time.
How you guys doing?
We're doing well. Thank you. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, actually. It's the best way to describe it is you go through 14 hours of surgery, and when you wake up, the first words out of my mouth was, "All right, I made it." And I heard myself say that, and it was pretty clear. So I think I'm way ahead of where where I was last time, where I couldn't blink my right eye, I couldn't close my mouth. This time I'm in much better positions. I can do things a whole lot better. Obviously, I still have a lot of recovery to do, but I think people wanted to hear from me and hear that things sound kind of normal. So that's one of the reasons why I'm doing this. But I'm actually doing really good.
Well, I don't mind telling you, you sound, you would not know what you went through last week. You would not know a single thing that you were out for 14 hours and had the surgery, and I'm sure you've already started your rehab and recovery.
Yeah.
You can't tell from where I sit. You sound every bit like Tony Gwynn sounded a month ago, 2 months ago, 5 years ago.
That's good, because I worked really hard to get to that point the last time, and I'm going to have to work just as hard to get there again this time. But it's another miracle, another blessing. I'm happy to be here, and you're right, I got a lot of work to do, but everything has gone pretty well so far. So hopefully we can just continue on that path.
Well, can you give us an idea, Tony, of the path? I'm not sure where we're even finding you today. I don't know if you're still.
I'll try my best to explain it. When they did the surgery, they had to take the nerve out that controls the right side of my face, and they took a nerve from my right shoulder and attached it so it could control the my mouth and part of it to my right cheek, so I could have some control over my face on that side. But it's going to take a year, probably a year and a half, to get to that point where I can do that. So right now I'm just kind of they said they got all the cancer out. They said that all the tests that they took were positive, and now kind of done this surgery so that I can get some movement on the right side of my face, and it's going to take a while. It's not going to happen overnight. I'm just going to have to be patient and go to a speech coach and things that I had to do the last time to get to where I could speak the way I wanted to speak. But in the big scope of things, they're all minor problems to having just having the ability to still be here. So I'm encouraged with everything that's happened this far, and like I said, looking forward to hopefully getting back to doing the things I want to do.
I cannot express to you how it sounds every bit like Tony Gwynn pre-surgery when they are explaining to you, Tony, what they are planning on doing. And you just gave us a recap of it. They're going to take a nerve, and when they're explaining that to you, I mean, what's going through your mind when they have to tell you about how complicated of a procedure this actually is?
Well, I can tell you when we sat down and initially started talking about it, we knew it was going to be at least 5.5 hours, because we didn't know how that nerve was going to look until we actually got in there. And the doctors that I had, they had guys in case it went this way, in case it went that way, in case they needed to do this, in case they needed to do that. And so, going in the morning of, surgery was at 8:30. They came in and gave me my shot like at 8:25, and I just distinctly remember sitting there looking at the clock saying, I wonder what time it'll be the next time I see one. So that time came at 4:30 Thursday. Let's say it was Tuesday morning I had surgery, so it's 4:30 Wednesday morning. I look up at the clock and I yell out, "I made it!" And I hear myself say that. I thought at the very least I wasn't going to be able to talk, and I was going to have a hard time communicating with people. And when I heard myself say that, I kind of started laughing, because that's not what I expected. And, later on that morning, I was talking to my brother, letting him know I was doing okay. I talked to my mom, and I let her know I was doing okay. Just people, who were close to my family, just letting them know I was okay. And they were stunned. They were stunned to hear my voice on the telephone. So So I'm sure lots of listeners are probably stunned to hear me describing this because I'm sitting there stunned myself. So, but again, all in all, all that sounds good and stuff, but, it's still a whole lot of work to be done. I still have a doctor come every morning, take my blood pressure, checks my vital signs, make sure I'm taking the right medicines. And, I got to still do that for a good while here. But when you really look at the big picture, all that seems kind of small compared to what you've gone through already. So,
who are the doctors? Let's get their names out there.
Dr. Weissman and Dr. Harris from UCSD.
Good for them.
These guys had their game plan, and they told me this is what we're going to do. We got in there. They did really a remarkable job. My face, it just looks like I've been punched in the eye. Really, I have a black eye. And other than that, you would be hard pressed to tell that I've gone through the kind of surgery that I went through. So those guys and all the nurses and people at the UCSD, they were outstanding, and I'll be honest, I'm sure they're glad to have me out of their hair because I'm hearing there were people crawling around on Tuesday and Wednesday trying to find out what was going on, and I really felt bad putting them in that situation, but it all worked out. Here I am trying to explain it to people, and hopefully people feel a little bit better about it, too.
I think they absolutely do. Tony Gwynn on San Diego Sports Leader, XX1090. Have you had a chance? Has the team shown up? I would imagine some former teammates, maybe your Aztec teammates or people around the office. Have you had a lot of visitors?
I really have, not since I've been home. I've had some people, they came to the hospital, my coaching staff, and the captains, the seniors on my team came to see me, and I got to tell you, it ain't good for my health watching these games on TV. It's a whole lot easier when you're on the bench because you know why you're doing what you're doing. But when you watch these games on TV and you don't really have an idea why things are happening, oh, man, it's driving me crazy. So, I might have to make some adjustments here. But, we got a young team, and I think as we get more games under our belt, I think we're going to find that, we're going to play a little bit better than we played this far, but I'm really encouraged. I think we got a good group, and I'm excited to hopefully get out there and see these guys play in person again. But, again, that's going to take a little while, so I'm trying to get used to what I have, in front of me now. So, they'll play tomorrow at UC Riverside, so I'll listen to the game on the Internet, kind of throw my little 2 cents in when given the opportunity. But right now, the coaching staff is running the show, and they've done a good job so far.
And I would think yesterday, I happened to be watching that live as it happened. I got wrapped up watching golf, and then I flipped over there. And is it Cody Smith? Is that who had the game-winning hit for you?
Yeah.
What was that moment like?
You got caught up in golf, and when you were watching golf, we were leading 6-2, and it went from 6-2 to an 8-6 deficit. And our guys rallied, and especially after 2 tough days, it would have been easy to kind of fold your tent. They didn't do that. They kept wrecking away, found a way to get even. We fell behind in the ninth, found a way to come back and win that game. So I'm hoping that's one of those games that you'll be able to look back on it and say, God, we learned a lot that weekend, and, hopefully we'll be better because of it.
Tony Gwynn on San Diego Sports Leader, XX1090. Tony, I know we don't want to keep you all day and let you get on with what you have to do, but how about from your family standpoint? We've read a little bit from Alicia, Tony Jr. out there, your immediate family, and also everybody else out there in Radioland. I mean that's kind of your family as well. They all consider you a member of the family. What's it been like with all the well-wishers out there from what you've been able to pick up?
It's really been unbelievable, and again, that's one of the reasons why I wanted to get on the radio and let them hear from me so they can hear that I'm doing fine. My wife's a trooper. She just is Miss Positive, and she just won't allow you to feel sorry for yourself or, any of that. And so, and they all have been there. We've been through this before, and they helped me get through it. And I think this time is going to be a whole lot easier on them because I can kind of say what I want and tell them what I want to do. And communication is a whole lot easier this time. Like I said, my brother, bless his heart, he's got a new job with the Mariners this year, and, when this thing broke on Tuesday, I'm sure he was just inundated with phone calls and people wanting to know what's going on. So to his surprise, on Wednesday morning, I just called him up and told him, "Hey, man, you can tell everybody I'm doing good, because that's what I'm doing. I'm doing really good." And he didn't answer right away. So that shock of hearing my voice and hearing me being able to speak compared to the last time, I think has really helped people understand that, hey, he's doing okay, that he's doing as good as he can do under these circumstances. So I've been busy trying to catch up with people, trying to let them know that I'm doing all right. We lost one of the Hall of Fame members here this past weekend, Gary Carter, and I haven't had my chances to send my condolences out, so I'm still trying to catch up on a lot of the messages that I have to catch up on. But this is a quick way to let my family know and let my fans know and people here in town. And I got a lot of cards and letters already, and just let them know I'm okay. I'm doing okay.
And I would think Tony Jr. or Anthony, I know you call him Anthony. I think Anthony probably going off to spring. That was good news for him as well.
Yeah,
to know that you're doing well.
I think he was a lot less concerned on Friday than because he came to spend the night with me on Thursday, and he said he was going to leave for spring training on Saturday, and I think he felt a whole lot more comfortable about it than he would have if this had happened like it did the last time. But he's got a place to go, and he's very happy. He loves his teammates in L.A., and he's looking forward to going to work. And that's, this time of the year, you can't help but look forward to that. And obviously with things kicking up here for the Padres too, I know lots of people in my Padre family are wondering how I'm doing. Hopefully they can hear this and hear that I'm doing fine, and they can go on about their business and get ready for their seasons too.
Tony, you sound great. We look forward to seeing you out in public for the first time. I'm sure that'll run its natural course, and we will see you when we see you. But we can't thank you enough, and not from our standpoint, but for everybody out there that's been asking us questions and asking everybody else questions at San Diego State and with the Padres. It is great to hear your voice, and I think I say on behalf of everybody, continued good health, and we look forward to when we see you next.
Thanks a lot, guys. I appreciate the opportunity, and you will hear from me again. I'll give you a little bit of time, but you'll hear from me again.
We would hope so. You never know. You get bored if you're at home, feel free to give a call.
That's the one thing I can say already. It's great to be home, but there's only so many times you can turn on the TV and watch an NBA game, watch a college game. I'm already trying to find things to keep my time occupied, and having a little trouble, but we'll find something.
Tony, thank you very much. Great to hear your voice.
All right, we'll talk to y'all later.
Thank you. Tony Gwynn, Hall of Famer Tony Gwynn. And